Struggle streaming already. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Live at 5, our daily live stream with actionable strategies, trending insights, and profit boosting tips to level your business and way beyond up. Here every weekday at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is where you're going to get at least one profit producing task so you can start going and growing and glowing up right now, not just today. So we're going to jump right in to the topic of the moment, and that is stunning images, soaring sales by AI. How to create scroll stopping visuals with a purpose to make more sales and to convert. So let's get started. This episode is powered by focus, consistency, relationships, and service. You already know the drill. Here are three opportunities laid bare before you for you to snag something to sell, snag a scheduling tool so you can be consistent and remain that way. And then we have the gusto where you can join our software as a service community where you get an affiliate, you get AI, you get automation and a community all bottled up into one from day one. So you have no excuses. Now you know what to do. Have an amazing product to sell or to offer, build a system around that, and begin to promote the bedevilment out of all of it. That is your formula. That is your steeds. If you know any company in the world that's worth its salt, they are doing these things in front and behind the scenes. And so can you. So we already discussed this and we want to drive this point home that once you understand that we are going into a direction that has been uncharted before, by 2030, which is less than 5 years at this point, there's going to be a $1.5 trillion treasure trove, say that 10 times fast, that you can jump into by leveraging not only what you know, finessing that into digital products, assets online, but learning how to market, to brand, and promote said things with your marketing skills. It's an integrated effort. So what we also want you to know is you don't have to wait till 2030, but you can start elevating your brand with premium offers and putting them into an area, if you will, or an industry that you can serve that makes hundreds of billions of dollars every single year. And the industries are mentioned here. Get in where you fit in because the bottom line is that these industries print money. They have hundreds of millions of dollars that are laid aside just for branding, promoting, and you can step into that space with your level of expertise, bringing a little bit of finesse that other businesses or other brands can't necessarily because you've identified your niche with what it is that you have to offer. This takes very low overhead and you're working outside of the box, outside of the norm, outside of what we used to call or do call traditional service based business models. Now is the time where those who think outside of the box are winning and winning big. It is the era of the creative. So, all year long, you have been learning how to leverage the power of one. One asset can bring you into your entire marketing campaign, your sales system, and then when you add on top of that AI and automation, you are cooking with gas because now the most important thing that you need to focus on in this area is how to promote and package for results and receipts. Once you have your offer that is out there, it's ready to go. Your only job is to push that into a system and to promote and package it. That's it. That's the easiest part of it. And that's the easiest way to express the process. So if you don't know by now, those two videos or these two blocks here, these are videos 33 minutes and 22 minutes on YouTube. Go watch it, become the profit persona, and look at how you can generate an entire campaign in under 2 hours. It's amazing, must see TV. Oh, I forgot the revolution is not going to be televised. So go over there and watch it. You also learned that the purpose of doing these things is not just for the results and the receipts, but for yourself, but for your clients and your customers as well. And even your audience, those folks who can listen to what you have to say every single day, but may never purchase from you. It makes all the sense in the world for you to expand your reach, expand your buyer base, your client base in less time, and do it most effectively and efficiently for your business. You want to get out of doing all of these things, moving in a zigzag like motion, being every woman, being every man, and then just applying it to your digital agents, your AI agents, meaning what you put in is what you should see coming out. And if it's not coming out the way you would like, that means and you, it's what you put into the system. AI does not work if you don't work. AI doesn't give you the results that you don't tell it that you're looking for. So all of us need to get into a space and a place to become masters at asking the right questions and giving the right details so that when you give directions, you get the results that you want. So then you move into the left side of the menu. That's what the good stuff is, right? And you move into input, process, and output, and you will dedicate your time to spending in this mode, the process and the output, the process and the output. That's what we call development, where you go in and you tweak and you find out what works, you find out what's not, and either you improve what's not working, you do away with what's not working, but you make a decision, and then you do more and more of the things that do. Sounds simple enough? That's because it is. So, today we're talking about scroll stopping images. I want you to look at this in terms of making some noise. So yes, the hip hop era, the golden years of it is where I'm from. And you have to make some noise. You have to create a buzz. If there's nothing out there creating a buzz about your business, you're hustling backwards. You're doing it wrong way. You're doing a disservice to you and your community, ergo your audience. So, how do you make your brand stand out? And then attached to that, how do you make it convert? Right? We are in the conversion business. We are in the evangelism portion of the fivefold ministry. That means we go out into the marketplace. We go out into the highways and byways, and we begin to start generating visuals that revolutionize content creation. We begin to start standing out in a fast paced world because now we have the power to create as brands, as creators itself, to produce high quality scroll stopping images that not only grab attention but keep attention and also drive conversions. That means sales. That means even an exchange of contact information, which is sometimes worth more than just the sale itself, because you don't want to just sell, you want to serve, you want to share, you want to build with and build up and out with your clients and customers. So AI powered tools, they help you refine your design elements, optimize your layouts, and personalize the visuals that you're putting out there for specific audiences. They need to reflect, number one, what your audience is, what they look like, what they would look like with your offer in tow, and also the outcome that they are going to receive, ergo at their interest, at the point of interest. Every commercial you'll ever see, every advertisement, every promo, it is always geared towards an interest or so of your audience. Every ad campaign, however, or every campaign, if you will, is based in interest. You have to meet people where they are. Sometimes you have to leave them, but that's another show. So, my goal is to get into your craw that what you put out is always should be a primer for your audience to get ready for your ads so that when they see your ads, it's second nature to them that it's something that you would normally put out. So if you're always talking about making money online and then all of a sudden you start talking about combing goat hair on a dog. Like it doesn't work, it doesn't jive. So even if you veer away somewhat and you talk about something that's complementary to making money online, increasing revenue and profits, etc., then it makes sense. Your job is to make sense of all of the content that you've ever put out online that it is in tow with what your messaging is. And that's how you make your brand stand out along with your story, right? So I'm Tanya Readers. I'm your brand broker. I'm your digital marketing mentor for the hour. And my job for the moment is to help business pros like you leverage your brand with AI, automation, and agency by way of digital marketing mastery. So I want you to act as if you paid $1,000 to sit before me because I'm going to give you that much more. And if you do the work, I promise you, you're going to see results at least 100 times more because I'm going to show you how to price your thing so that you do, okay? And it'll be more than $1,000. Are you kidding me? So, AI driven visuals for high converting ads is the goal. Even your images has a goal. It's not just to make dollars, it's to make sense to your audience as to what they need to do in their business immediately, if not sooner, if they want to continue to have a business or a brand, right? AI automation begins to, uh, AI actually itself automates and enhances the design process, and it ensures that all of your images are created and even curated with conversion in mind. So every image that you have, even the one that you're looking at in the background of this, it is for conversion in mind. What does the image portray? It portrays elegance, it portrays no nonsense, it portrays there's life, it portrays calm, it portrays confidence and absolute certainty and being right in that process, right? It means more engagement, it means lower ad costs, and it means higher return on your investment. Why? Because when you see an ad that's run by us, you'll understand and you'll feel it immediately like this looks familiar to me and there's a reason for it. We're programming you every time we come here, every time we show you a slide, every time we speak over that slide, even in our delivery. It's all programming, right? It's all priming you for something bigger, better, faster, stronger than you've ever seen before. Why? Because it's all branding. 100%. So, what does this kind of action look like? It looks like a digital brand that's struggling with ad performance. And with using AI generated visuals, they begin to start split testing. That's what the A and B is. Thousands of ad creatives at scale. They then discover the best performing designs in real time. And what do you think they're going to do? Because the dollars are in the data, and that's where they're seeing why and how they're performing well. They're going to churn out more and more content that resembles what's working. Use what's working first and just ride that till the wheels fall off. And then the background, try to figure out with the things that aren't working, how to fix it or how to do away with it. Okay, Coca Cola, super brand, they use AI generated visuals to personalize ads for different regions, enhancing relevance and conversions, right? So that's a real time example of what you can see. The second part of this is how AI enhances brand aesthetics, meaning how the images look to you, how you respond to them, whether it's color, coordination, layout, all of it. It's all psychology, right? And we're using these brand aesthetics for maximum engagement. So your AI tools, they analyze your colors, your compositions, and emotions to generate visuals, optimize for conversions. Brands can create data-driven imagery. Remember, the dollars are in the data. Put that in the chat if you're watching. Data-driven imagery that resonates with audiences and increases CTRs, which is a click through rate, right? So if I'm giving you a visual that resonates with you and I'm putting copy on top of that visual so that it provokes a response, I don't even have to put an entire sentence. I might put improve engagement or increase your CTR, increase your closing, increase your scale sales. If I put that down and that resonates with you, the message and the image, you are going to click through that and it's going to be profitable, meaning spelled with a PH, not an R, not an F. But if you do things that way, that's where you create certainty and understanding the data. The data shows these are the images that they like. These are the problems that they're having. This is how we solve them. Instead of talking about what their problems are, we're going to give them the solution up front because they may not know what the answer is, but they do know the problems that they're having. And if you resonate or our images and our text resonates with them, it is a guarantee more oftentimes than not that they're going to click through to find out more information. And if you're really good, they're going to exchange their information for more of yours. So, what does that look like? Well, I just explained that, but it looks like a lifestyle brand that needs a cohesive visual identity across platforms. When they deploy AI powered design tools, they get helps with generating consistent on brand graphics, content, visual content that aligns with their audience's preferences, aka their interests, what they want, what they need, both at the same time, all at the same time. Once you get them, you got them. Once you understand them, you got them. Once you get the giggle, you got them. So try to make them laugh more times than more times than not. More times. Did I say more times than often? Yeah, do it more times than just often. All right. There's a wonderful commercial that's out, and there are people laughing, there are kids laughing. That's the entire commercial. You want to know why? When you get the giggle, you got them. Everybody knows coughing, laughing, and crying is contagious. It absolutely is. Cue the music. Even that in your movies that are scored, they know how to get you scared. They know how to get you laughing. They know how to get you up out of your seats and make some noise. Sephora is an example of how this works. They use AI to refine product imagery, ensuring a cohesive and high-end aesthetic across their digital platforms. Your imagery is also an extension of your message. Your message needs to be clear, it needs to be concise, it needs to have life to it, it needs to have some sort of shimmer to it, like the Chrome MacBook Pro that you see on this image. That's what the image ought to convey, the kinds of work that you're going to bring to them, the kinds of light work you can do for them at lightning speed because you know what you're doing in your business. That's what it looks like. It should be that clear to what you have to offer your businesses, your clients and customers. All right. So this is the slide that we had yesterday. The summary is if someone who if someone who is a judge, a high appointed official, can be let go, can be fired in a department that helps people who really are wrongfully fired. If it can happen to them, it can happen to you. So at the end of the day, we need to be very careful. And the people who are allowing this to happen need to be very careful, because what that means, that what you've done unto others can be done unto you. Can somebody say impeached forever? Doing unto others what you want to have done unto you and not know it, never interrupt the devil making a mistake. At the end of the day, presidents can be fired and kicked out too, and kings can be overthrown. So the new DEI is doing it your daggone self. Empowerment begins when you take control of your financial future. And just as this federal worker did, we want you to disrupt the norms. We want you to use ethical practices as well, so that you can drive the creation of expanding your reach. And how do you do that? With your product offers, which are only an extension of what your services are. It's very simple. Put what, if you can write a resume, which is a physical representation of what you do, because what you do are actually actions, they're not words written on a sheet of paper, then you can do this. You ought to do this. You better do this for the sake of your family and your friends. Do it ethically, it will work. And then you want to promote transparency through multiple passive aggressive means, whether it's in your business or for your brand that you're building as an independent. Create an independent practice and deploy several revenue streams, revenue rivers, profit portals, and Skrilla streams and seeds. You can make a lot of money out here. You better get it from the 1%, because that's the ones who have it. So if you don't have a digital product, I'm just sitting here calling BS on you right now. You want to know why? Because this is an only optimal options area here. This is a place and a space where your ideas can be curated into maximum levels of execution. So, whether you know how to frame, how to build out your new business model or your new business idea or not, we have you covered from ideation to execution. And we'd like to introduce to you an option that you can use in the meantime and even right now, the lean times. Introducing Zillionaires. It is not just another service as a software. It is your shortcut to high ticket commissions, AI powered productivity, and a thriving community of digital winners. You can earn 75% per sale immediately while investing, immediately when you interest, while leveraging automation to scale fast, no guesswork involved, no burnout accepted. Plus, you're not only selling, but you're plunging into and plugging into a network of wealth builders just like you, who are rewriting the rules of digital success. If you can sell to 44 folk, you can have that coveted 10K every single month. The question now becomes, once you click through that code, how soon, how fast, how quickly do you want it? Because if you want it right now, you can have it. Make it happen. Join us right now. The AI automation and affiliate community. You got it going on. So we're a little past our halfway mark. This is where I tell you this is a live stream. This is going on. It is Tuesday, March 11th, 2025 at 5:33 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is where we tell you that we are so thankful for your support. We're so grateful you're watching and helping us grow. And we're thanking you that you understand that there are levels of support. You can engage, you can join, you can donate. You know what the slide says. But the most important thing you can do is, number one, share this content, like, subscribe, connect, and comment, but also do the work. We're giving you profit producing tactics. We don't play games around here. So if you do the work, you'll see the results. It's really that simple. We don't guarantee anything. You are your own guarantor. You make it happen, and we believe that you can. But whether we believe it or not is not where it happens. It happens when you get in your head and realize that not only are you more than enough, you are the end all and be all when it comes to your success. Amen. So Your tactical practical for today, meaning your profit producing task, is to use AI powered visual tools like a Midjourney, a Canva, a Copilot to start generating ad creatives with high conversion and design formula. So I didn't say this earlier before, or maybe I did, but I'm going to reiterate. Whenever you put out a piece of content that has art attached to it, always do it in a frame of mind that this represents an ad. This can work as an ad. Every slide that I gave you that you've seen thus far, starting from the top of the year, I can run as an ad. Every single image I can run as an ad and swap out the content, swap it out. Okay. So, how are you going to do this? I'm glad you asked. Number one, you're going to split test AI generated visuals, right? Then you're going to personalize those images. Then you're going to ensure visual consistency all throughout. So, even if you are expressing yourself differently on an AI, on a Pinterest, it should differ than the way you express it on a Twitter X or a Meta or an IG or threads and so on and so forth. Why? Because you have different audiences on each platform, even though they may overlap. We don't talk about what may happen. We prophesy and tell you what is to come. That's what we do when we create ads. That's what we do. So I want you to keep in mind that when you create your images and when you create your copy content, the words that go over them, you are really calling your audience from where they are because you're going to where they are and you're starting a conversation. That's all promoting your business is about. It's starting a conversation. And I love what Chris Cuomo said last night. Conversations change things. It really does. So, your profit producer or your booster is next step. This is for extra credit. This is not for those who just want a fly by night operation, but they want to stack upon stack upon stack their results or their their probability that they're going to see results sooner, right? You want to implement AI driven dynamic creative optimization or DCO to auto adjust visuals based on performance metrics and maximizing your ROI. So I know you're sitting there like, Tanya, I have no idea what that means. Well, if you go into any a business dashboard where you're running your ads from your business manager or your ads manager, depending on the platform you're on, there is a space called dynamic creative wherein you can create the same, excuse me, you can run a campaign using the same copy content but different visual content. You can change the colors, you can change the font, you can change not exactly what you're saying, but how you're saying what you're saying, right? And when you run that ad, instead of you sitting there as a human being watching and manually changing what's working and what's not, and typically you can't do that anyway if you're just working on said platform, unless you're working with a HubSpot or something like that, a big brand like a active campaign where you can watch things in real time. So what DCO is the system itself, the algorithm itself, measuring mathematically how well that ad is doing, how many people are engaging, how much are they commenting, they're liking, they're sharing, they're actually clicking through to see more information, so much to the extent that they want to get off the platform that they're on and go on to yours, which is like the holy grail. Like once somebody clicks through, you know that you have your client and your customer intel, and your only job is to, finesse them into a relationship with you, hopefully a good one. So DCO is doing the work for you so that you don't have to do it yourself, because it would take longer if you would do it. So it's really interesting, and I love talking about it. That's why we're still stuck on this slide. But I want you to, when and if you're ready to go into turning your visual to your images into an ad, when you go in, excuse me, first you create two. Then when you go into your back office to start running those ads, spend $2, $5, $20, whatever it is, very little money. Spend your lunch money, right? And see which one of those tools will run. Remember, we said we look at what works, we pause what doesn't work, and whatever's working, we do more of. What we don't, or what's not working, is we try to fix and then, try it again. And if it doesn't work, we do away with it. That's really, the commonsensical part of it. So I want you to run that if you're willing to do that today and see what you come up with. And sometimes it takes more than a day to actually see the kinds of results that you want with DCO, but it's definitely something that you should be looking into, because DCO itself, that is the personification of what AI enhancement can actually do. Artificial intelligence. And here's the thing, we've all been working with artificial intelligence the whole time. If you had Canva, if you had Adobe, if you had any kind of streaming service where or cloud-based service that you've been working on, ladies and gentlemen, they've been working with AI since before ChatGPT. Don't let these people fool you. So, what does this look like? You can tell I love talking about that. It looks like you winning, or an e commerce brand that uses AI generated visuals to optimize their ad creative. They increase their CTR by 30%, their click through rate, and their conversions by 20%. So, click through rate is how many people click through, and conversions is how many people actually purchased, right? So, with a $10,000 ad spend, their revenue grew from $50,000 to $60,000 per month, adding $10,000 in monthly sales. So, they got a return on their ad spend, which is that 10K. All right. They actually broke even here, they made that money back. And then they implemented the AI driven dynamic creative, their DCO, further, maximizing their ROI, turning automated visuals into a scalable revenue stream. Now, how is it scalable? Because we knew what we were starting with, we knew what our numbers were for our click through rate, and we looked through our conversion rate, right? You never start without knowing what your numbers are, because if you don't know what your numbers are, you can't tell how well or how not so well you're doing in your business. Okay, so if you want to see how we do it for other entrepreneurs or creators, if you want to increase your income, improve productivity, save you time, energy, and money, you can click on through that code. And we have a special this week, and we introduced it last week, but you can get a sneak peek and an exclusive look at our brand new rollouts for the Zillionaires platform. It is amazing what we are doing with this product as a service, or service as a product, and beyond. It's where we create clarity and certainty for you, and we help you do that for yourself. It's not just software and speed, it's the support that every business needs, not only to stay afloat, but to soar with reckless abandon. What we want you to do is to go into a business or go into your brand, delve into the power that's buried inside of you, and we help you bring that forth. We help you bring that forth and express that in your offers, so that you come out with absolute confidence every time you show up, whether you're there in person or not. Okay, so like I said, here's the QR code for our freemium, and that means you go in and you will get this book that shows you. everything that we roll out over the past couple of weeks. Okay, you're going to love it here. So that's it for today. I want to thank you so much for bearing with us. Let us know how we're doing. Like, subscribe, share, do what you do. Help the algorithm move for us. But if you have any questions, comments, concerns about the show, we'd like to know. Post them up in the comments. And remember, the worst thing that you can do is sit here, look at this information, sit on it like a pot of gold, and expect for the gold to spend itself or to wind up in your bank account. No, that's not the way it works. You have to actually get up to do the work to see the results that the work brings you. So after you have deployed everything it is that we've asked of you today, which isn't that much, it's really easy when you're using a platform. Um, Meet me at the switch because that's what we do. I'll see you in the morning. You might see me later on today with a demonstration. So check me out on YouTube, and we'll see you over there. Be great.